was so excited.
There you go.
No. Okay, I am still so excited. I'm so excited to see all of you. I'm so excited to be back here. I'm just, everything is ready, right? Everything's all done. The app's done. Anything that you were waiting for, you don't have to wait anymore. It's here. It's here and ready for us to take off.
Rob, right?
And Rob is here, so we can start. Yes. Yay. Give Rob a big round of applause. So this week, Wednesday, we have Strongbrook Women's Empowerment Group. It's going to be here. It's 12 noon to 1:15, and it's a potluck lunch. So bring something to share and bring a guest. And that will be morphing into something called Keys to the Queendom that I am creating down in Southern California with Diana Wentworth. And so it's going to be really neat. The one I'm doing in California is not a Strongbrook one, but obviously I'll be doing Strongbrook things there too. So anyway, that's exciting. My first official meeting in Southern California with that group is going to be September 24th. So if you have women that are in Southern California and want to participate, let me know. And so this week, okay, so Wednesday is women's group. Then the 27th through the 29th is Laura Langmeyer. So some people have traveled all the way from Oregon to come and participate in that. Who all is going to Laurel's thing? A lot of you? Okay, that's really exciting. You're gonna learn a lot about how to get money out of somebody else's pocket and put it in your own, right? Is that good? Is that good? Yes. Yes, that's honestly good. So that's really great. And then the next really big thing, and this is extra special to me because I was gonna cry. The next really big thing is Live Big Conscious Creator that is going to be the invitation to participate. It's a 3-day event. It's September 2nd to the 4th, and there will also be a serious invitation to participate in what Strongbrook's calling Limitless. And I don't know who here has been following Gary on Facebook and his little challenge. Right? Okay, so you've because I wanted Gary to show one of the videos, but you've all seen. Have you seen the videos?
I haven't seen them.
I know Gary took off his shirt and everything.
Oh, wait a minute now.
That was the part that worried me.
Okay, so this is called Operation Tarzan and Jane, right? So I became Jane, and do I deserve a Tarzan in my life? I do. And this guy.
Were you wearing that little outfit that Jane used to wear in the old movies? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Well, he might
It was between you two,
He might have to
so.
wear a loincloth, so you know I could get.
Is he? Yeah.
No. So anyway, so tell him. So he made this commitment 2 weeks ago in Limitless, and I cannot tell you, for one thing, the ripple effect that this has had on the community in general. I mean, we've had people calling him up saying, I pledge this amount of weight that I'm going to do with you. I'm going to do that. I mean, we saw Chip Brown at the gym this morning, and he came up to Gary and he said, yeah, you're why I'm here today.
That's awesome.
You know, and so I think as a people, I think as a people, we need to take our bodies back, because when we have control and mastery over our body, we have a lot more self-discipline in so many areas of our life. It just is an automatic, natural thing. And so this is what Gary has been doing. We've been going to the gym at 5 a.m. every morning. And when I'm in California,
Too early.
I work out with my trainer in California.
Way too early.
And so he's working me hard. So I say I'm keeping up. I got to keep up with Tarzan, right? I can't slack off. I'm in California. And but in 2 weeks, Gary he's lost 19 pounds. That is so huge. And he's got a big goal, because he's got to lose. Well, I saw Chris post 130. We were thinking like 108.
It is 100.
Yeah. In Gary's mind, it's 108. Okay, so we'll see what Chris does.
So does that mean the two of you are going to enter that competition like Chris and Colin did with the little tiny suits?
I am participating. Well, I'm participating, getting fit like a bikini competitor, because I'm doing that with my daughter. She's going to go on stage. I'm not sure if I feel like doing that.
And then Gary?
But so maybe I'll send
I
Gary.
can wear a bikini.
So anyway, so I've been getting bikini fit. So yeah, so Jane and Tarzan are working on. But what's so cool about this Limitless thing is it's not, I mean, what maybe for you, that the weight challenge thing, that's not what it is for you. But doesn't every person in here have something that if you could overcome, you would feel so victorious that you would be limitless, right? There would be nothing that could hold you back. You would become the person that you were meant to become and be all that you could be. Usually people have at least just, one core thing that they know that if they could be victorious over that, they could be victorious over the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And the reason why I tell you that is because success breeds success. And that is because success is a pattern. Success is a pattern. And I can tell you when we decided to go ahead and do this David Fagan thing and do a lot of different things than we had been doing so we could raise our, just up the level of our business and everything. It's just incredible how you take a risk and you go in a different direction than maybe you were going, but you just do it because you just know in your gut. It's like you all know, like in your gut, like, okay, I can open that door and step into it, but I don't know if I want to because that seems kind of scary and I don't know where that's going to take me. But inside, do you know it's the door that you need to open? Usually you really do. You really do. And sometimes we convince ourselves, oh, no. And we feel better because we step over here and we go, oh, I feel so relieved. That was the right decision. I knew I shouldn't do that. Right? And then, but when we do those exciting things, and open that door, we have the most amazing experience. That's when our life becomes a movie, right? And in my book, I talk about make your life a movie. What kind of movie do you guys want your life to be? One that somebody will watch at the Dollar Theater? One that somebody will get on Redbox? How about like the big screen, right? Make it exciting. Would you want to watch the movie of your life? And if you were the hero or the heroine and the main character in your life, which you are, what would that person do next? Think about that today. What would that person do next? So that's September 2nd through the 4th. It's really important that you bring guests, really important. One of the things that I've been noticing, LiveBigSeminar.com to register.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. It's free. And this is, this
Marriott?
is the last free
Yeah, I was gonna say
one.
that.
So are they, because they said that there were only a few more slots open, is that?
Yeah.
Well, get in there.
So
Get in there.
register, there's a few spots. It's at the Marriott in Provo, so.
I mean, if we get a lot more, then maybe we can open up another space or something. So yeah, just do it. So, and then, so that's really important. Oh, okay. So one thing that I have noticed, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the mentoring is so awesome and the symposiums are so great that sometimes we forget that one of the main purposes is so that we bring guests, right? So that we're building our business. Because I think it's kind of like, well, it's awesome. I'll just go and get mentoring, right? Because it's going to be really beneficial to you. But as far as your business goes, it's not very beneficial if you're not taking action and bringing people to it. And they're letting us have that gift for free. And so we need to take advantage of that because it's probably not always going to be free. So that's just something that the company's doing for us for free right now. And so take advantage of that. Let's see. Oh, now the mentoring call that's on Tuesdays, that's usually on Tuesdays or has been off and on Tuesdays, I should say. Because anyway, long story on that, but I won't even go there.
You're on camera.
Yeah. Anyway, so because of that, tomorrow will be the last call. I will be facilitating that last call tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and then we will be moving. You'll just be, combining that with the national call. So it'll just be one national call on Monday nights. I know for some of us that's not an optimal night, but they have to work with the entire nation and time zones and all of that. And so, and now more than the entire nation, right? Now we've got world people. So if you'll just does everybody here know how to get on the national call and what time? and all that. Okay, good. You guys are awesome. Okay, I think that's all I want to say. I don't know. Maybe I'll say something else. No. Okay, and with that, Tarzan.
Okay, very
Okay, give out the Tarzan yell.
I will let you do that for me when I'm ready. And I will let you wear the loincloth. And I will let you bring the poster of Jane and her, whatever you're talking about.
Well, the outfit that she wears in the movie.
I need to watch the movie. You have to be under 70 to know over 70 to know what you're talking about.
You have to make your own movie.
It's rude. So the Live Big seminar, it's really called Limitless now. That is rebranded as Limitless. And it is a 3-day event, and it really should be epic. It's with Chris and Gerald, other people that are facilitating it with them now. It's kind of blowing up to a point where they already did their last Live Big, and they had people that enrolled into like a unique mastermind with them that are going through a program that's like 6 months to a year. And I don't even know what it all is. They'll explain more of it there. But those that were in this program are going through some major transformational changes. And it's taken it to a level where Chris doesn't necessarily do like what we've seen in Conscious Creator Lives and what we've seen for those of us that have mentored with him in our small groups here last year. He's just taken this piece of Limitless to a really extreme level that's not necessarily for masses, and it really dives down and drills in. And that was one thing I experienced when I was there. A lot of you know my dad passed away on the 30th of July, and his funeral was August 5th. And on August 5th, when I went to the funeral, to the viewing the night before, August 4th, my mother had placed the remote control to the TV in my dad's hand in the casket on his stomach. And she buried that remote with him. And I don't know why necessarily my mom did, other than it was maybe her way of saying, this is how everyone remembers my dad. Because the last 6-8 years of his life, that's all he could do is watch TV, because he was in a wheelchair, because he weighed X amount of hundreds of pounds, and he could walk from the wheelchair to a car seat, to a car door, or from the wheelchair to the toilet, or to the sit-down shower. And that was his life the last few years, especially this year. And that remote sitting in his hand sent chills down my spine. Now, at first, I was like really kind of upset. Why would she put that there and let all my friends and family see that? That's just that part kind of bugged me. But what bugged me most didn't bug me. It was more of a motivator. I'm like, holy crap, in 26 years, that could be me. 26 years ago, my dad was smaller than I am. And so I just see the writing on the wall. And his dad, I watched one leg get amputated, and then later the other one get amputated from diabetes. I watched my dad die of congestive heart failure. I watched him struggle for breath, and when he was struggling for breath, I saw panic in his eye, like he thought it was his last breath. He was going to die in front of all the grandkids, and he was scared. And that was about 5 days before he passed away. And that was trigger one that set off in me. And trigger two that set off in me is I fell asleep in my dad's chair in my living room where my mom and dad lived. And when I fell asleep, evidently, I woke up to the sound of hearing my sister and brothers talk about, look at Gary, he looks just like dad, and they're taking pictures of me. And I was like, I made my sister, I regret it now, but I begged her to delete those pictures out of her phone, which she did. I kind of wish I had it now because I could use it as a motivator. But that just cringed me when I thought they were saying that. And then that was August 5th. And on August 8th, we were at the Limitless program with Chris and Gerald Rogers and this group of 28 people. And during that day, I just left.
Yeah.
I left at like 11 o'clock in the morning and said, and it was in the middle when Jane was doing some training with some people, but I just got up and left because I could sense that I needed to do something, and it scared me. But I needed to like face my last big thing that keeps me down, and that's the big person that I am. And I went home, and an hour went by, and I just said, okay, I got to go back. I can't just bail.
He didn't even tell me where he was going, why he was going.
Yeah, I
I was
just
in the middle
left.
of facilitating and he just was,
So I went back, and right when they broke the lunch, and we were sitting at Chris Cron's table, and Chris started talking with me, and Gerald Rogers was there, and James was there, and Dr. Grayton was there, Bill Grayton was there. And they just started asking me about my experience with the funeral, and I started talking about my weight, and the next thing we knew, they're like drilling me, like, "Are you ready for change?" I'm like, "Hell no." And I said, "I actually left your house because I just felt like something was going to happen, and I rejected the thought of that, and something compelled me to come back." And it took them literally 30 minutes talking to me during lunch break before I finally broke my defenses down and I got real, and I wasn't surfacey and saying, "Well, yeah, it's what I need to do, but I'm not ready." And suddenly, through some major visualization and whatnot, and listening to Dr. Grayton give me the medical future of Gary Norris that is already in place and has been in place for 20 plus years, it literally caused me to say, "I'm in." And the moment I said, "I choose in," which was the 3 words I used, I said, "I choose in," my demeanor changed, the whole room changed. And then it was a serious, about a 10 to 15 minute experience of, this is what change will look like. And Chris asked me, "Do you give me permission to do anything I want to you?" And he said, "Do you give me permission to be your friend when you will probably not even like me in 15 minutes? And I said, "Sure." And 15 minutes later,
You didn't like him.
he stood me up before a room of 28 people and told everyone of our experience during lunch, talked about my dad a little bit, what I just shared with you. And he said he wants everyone to go outside in the backyard, run their patio, form a circle around Gary. So for those of you that saw that video, that first video of when I shed my shirt, he's like, "Take your shirt off." I'm like, "Oh crap." I thought he was gonna like slap me, like when I saw him do with John Marshall once, like it's a pattern interrupt. But no, he said, "Let's peel it off and everyone can stare and gawk at the big thing." Stood on a scale in front of everyone, and it was down 2 pounds from 290. It was at 288. After my dad's funeral, I dropped 2 pounds of probably sheer anxiety. And I was in. And that was August 8th. And today I'm 271 this morning. So it's like 19 pounds of this new limitless journey. So it's going way beyond what I thought it would be. I thought I could do 20 pounds in a month. By September 12th, when we meet again and we do a weigh-in, I'll be 20 pounds lighter, and I'll be there, in one more 2 days. And it's just taking it to the Crone level, right? That's the limitless level. And I hate that man. No, I really, really have learned to appreciate these last few days. So the only reason I share this is because I've never done the next thing I want to share with you before ever. My mom is coming to Live Big, or to the Limitless on September 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. She said she's 90% sure. She doesn't want to feel like I'm stealing her away from all the other siblings when she comes to Utah for 3 days. So she's a little worried about that. And I said, "Just come."
Have them all come.
So
It's a family reunion at Limitless.
they could all be there, that's for sure. So I'm bringing my mom. This Limitless it'll be different than what you've seen if you've been to Live Big. It's a different experience. There's pieces of it, and then there's new pieces of it. And I encourage everyone, just go to livebigseminar.com and register. I don't know if it's live streamed or not for people that are outside of the local area, but I know people that are right now drove 14 hours to be here. So people can drive like we do 3 states away if needed for something that's important. So I encourage you, if you're watching, that maybe that's what you should do as well. So with that, I want to end out Limitless, and we've talked about it enough, because what is out that's new? We have this new personal development app, and I thought that would be really good. We're hoping to get one of the founders. They may be able to pop in, Stephen Miller. if he shows up, he'll be right up here front and center. He's on a call right now. But we want to just talk about the app. Has everyone downloaded it? Has anyone not downloaded it? Okay, a couple of us having trouble.
Yeah.
So before we leave here,
Let's say it cheap.
if you have your phones, maybe we can help you
Yeah,
download
we
it.
should do so.
So I'd be happy to help you.
Because once you download it, it's really.
Has anyone used the app? Okay. Does anyone care to shout out, loud enough so the microphone can pick you up? What are some of the neat things that you've seen in the app that you like about the app that is like awesome?
The share button.
You like the share button?
That's
Click a button and put whoever you want to share it with.
awesome.
Super
Oh,
simple.
oh, really?
That is awesome.
I like the free content.
The free content. Any particular person's content that you've listened to or watched that has been awesome?
I've already listened to a couple hours of it over the weekend, and just everything on there is just really, really great content. I can't really point out, it's a good one, but it's all really good.
It's all good. Awesome.
Listen to Chris Miles this morning, that is worth a lot more than free.
Really?
Yeah.
Chris Miles' program on there is worth a lot more than free.
Is that on the featured or is that?
It's unfeatured.
Okay.
What was your comment?
Well, I just like that everybody always says, I just want to help the world, but like, what does that mean? And how do you make it happen? And my kids live in Vegas and other places, and they're so excited about what I have been doing. So now they can do it wherever they are, and you can really spread it a lot this way. So
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited about that. You don't have to-
Excellent.
You haven't listened to the free stuff, you don't know what you're sharing with the people you're sharing it with. So listen to it so you can share it with them, so you know what it is.
Powerful.
Yeah, it's a powerful thing to share something with someone when you share it and say, when you get this for free, and here's your free access code, make sure you listen to this.
Yeah, because if you know the people you're sharing it with, you're gonna know, have some kind of idea what they wanna listen to, and then you can point out some of the good ones to listen to.
I agree, right here, and then we'll jump on it.
So dovetailing on what Randy said, it's been a good thing for me to pick out something like in DC Cordova's, she's got an integrity worksheet. That just by itself, that's a really powerful tool. Or if you go through the Laurel Langmeyer, she's got some evaluation things that you are doing interactively, and to be able to mention those in a conversation. I spent some time with a fellow over the weekend, and he talked about how he calls people up and he tells them a little bit on the phone and says, hey, I'm gonna send you this app, can you download it? And then he's also able to say, this, like Randy said, in this program, I think you'll really connect with this particular thing.
That is excellent. One comment after.
My wife loves Marcy Locke. She's listening to her every morning now, possible the positive affirmations, and every night. Absolutely fabulous what you get free from Marcy Locke.
Yeah, that's a
Great
true point.
stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so here's the deal. When somebody, you're talking to people, and they say, oh my gosh, I wish I had time. And all I have to say now is because of the week we had, all I have to say, oh my gosh, I got something for you. Okay, I'm gonna send you an app, go to this guy or what, and then I can say, plug into that. And then we'll get together, follow up. And then now I'm doing conscious creator little workshops, like 2 or 3 together, and then doing the follow up. And all I have to do is say, hey, now after we're done to this part, let's go to the free app thing. And it's crazy awesome.
That's crazy awesome. Bagley.
On the share button, make sure you send a test one out first. My wife and I sent one to each other. Apple phones work great. Droid phones have some issues, and so sometimes when it shows up at the other end, it's coming through different than what you think it is. And I had to go through and change one setting on my phone, and now it's fine. So
Okay,
I would test it, the share, to make sure your phone's okay.
that is great advice. I haven't shared through the share button because I haven't done that yet. And I'm like, there's no way I'm sharing this until I can test it. And so I've just told people to go there, search for Strongbrook, and then when you download it, enter this code when it prompts
That's
you.
almost easier, I think, because the app or the link on the free app it isn't always working on some phones.
Well, just make sure you always give them your your ID number, so if there's a problem.
Keyword is Apple.
Keyword is
Or if you just send them to your personal Strongbrook website, then all they have to do is click join at the top and
Yeah, that's.
fill out a couple of pieces of information and they're in. So for me, I'm sending, so just send everybody to abundantlife.strongbrook. Press join.
That's right. Want to say that again really loud? Abundant life, stronger.
Oh, and I did want to mention for the women's group, we are studying one of the free content. We're studying Stephen Palmer's Writer Accelerator.
Stephen, and we were listening to that this
And
morning.
it's so great. I mean, it does really, when you're listening to that free stuff, doesn't it just shock you that like we're getting this for free? Like these people have spent decades creating these learning.
Okay, Stephanie, did you have a comment?
I just wanted to say that in preparation for Laurel's workshop this weekend, I've listened to as much of her stuff as I can, which is nice because there's so much to choose from. It helped. I feel like I like knowing more about who she is, what her philosophy is, how I can start kind of aligning my mind in the right way so that when I'm there at the workshop, I feel better prepared.
Yeah.
So I like that she's got some free content with Bob Proctor on there right now too. It's good.
That is really good. Did you have a comment?
Yeah, one of the features I like on the app is the mentor moment. 'Cause, I mean, if you don't have time to share anything off the app, if you don't have a lot of time, you can share just that little mentor moment. Say, hey, check this out. I thought it was really cool, and I thought of you. So that they can look at that, and it's just a couple minutes, just like a video that kind of introduces what this is all about, so they can get just a flavor of it.
That is really good. Yeah, excellent.
How do you share the mentor moment, only the mentor moment?
Well, if you're there in person, usually you just pull your phone and say, oh, this is
I
the
thought
app.
you meant like sending it.
Oh, I don't think you can do that.
I was like, wow, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Simon, one thing that I've done,
Yeah. Oh, you can. You can share those videos. At least on the Android, there's a little square with an arrow pointing up.
Oh, yeah. And does that work when you touch it?
Yeah, it
Okay.
says what platform you want.
Mine didn't work yesterday when I touched mine. It wouldn't pull anything up. So that's cool. It's neat because I can see there's little glitch here and there, like for an hour, and then I check back later today, and it's better. So it's nice. I was dying when that app came out because I had an Android and everyone else got the Apple first. And I was checking every 20 minutes. I was like, that's all I could do, by the way, because I worked out that day and the only thing I could do was look at my phone and lay on the couch. So it's like, holy crap.
I think this is like a true open hand offering, because you're just offering it, and then with your open hands, and everything comes back to you that way, other than an attachment of money, but it will just come back to you naturally.
There's with me doing this new workout regimen with Chris Crone that's just super fun right now, but it wasn't last week. They posted 3 videos last week and they posted 1 this morning. But the 3 videos that were posted last week as the week progressed have received over 10,000 views. Wow. And the one that Chris posted this morning had hit 1,000 views by the time we came here. But what I've had happen, and Stephanie will appreciate this in a second, but different people that have been saying, what in the heck are you doing and how are you doing this? I've done a variety of things. I told them about Limitless and I give them the link to the big seminar. And then I stopped doing that. And I thought, no, first thing, you go get this app, download it for free, and then I will tell you more. And that's how I got someone that signed up under me that goes to you, Shane West. And I had a really long conversation.
Shane's hard to.
Yeah, and he's going to stay there, and I'm not going to move him. So he's staying.
You're not going to move him?
We'll make sure
I went to
that
high school with him.
we'll make sure that he gets set back to you. But he called me after he did it. He's like, "Oh crap! I downloaded this thing, and I'll bet you I should have done it through Stephanie." And I'm like, "Yeah, but we can make that happen." So
thank you for telling me.
it was all good. But he was a person that, and Tracy, you've had a friend that said something on Facebook too. That,
Andrew Fagan.
Right. Yeah, one of the sergeants, the sheriff's office
my guy.
was just.
Not my guy.
No, he's my guy.
He's in my ward.
he was,
Oh, we're gonna have a fight here in the back of the room.
Oh, no.
Their eyes are getting bigger and bigger.
Yes,
But that was good because I didn't even know that I think that I shared one of those videos just because I thought it was cool. And so that's how other people got access to it. And then he was commenting to Gary saying, thank you for being an inspiration to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, wow. I'm wondering if we're really comprehending the ripple that we're creating in the universe right now. We are creating a huge ripple. And now I know how big it's going to be, because when I heard Ed Hoyt say that only 5% of the people were going to upgrade from the freemium, and he had a big smile on his face, I didn't comprehend what his smile was about. Now I'm starting to comprehend.
Yeah.
But he's a rocket scientist, and he was excited about 5%.
Yeah. Now you're starting to figure that out.
Yes.
That's good.
Well, yeah, they should use your video.
So, yeah, one recommendation that I might, if you're a Facebooker and if you see that video and you want to share it, I know that soon, and they'll probably announce it at the Limitless program, but Jane came up with this brilliant idea where people, only because it was starting to happen, at least 100 people have contacted me or her throughout the last week and said, I'm going to go lose 20 pounds. I decided to do this, or I'm going to get rid of my vices that aren't weight, but it's something else. And we started thinking, she started thinking, what if we had them pledge pounds? And so we're not just keeping track of the 108 I'm set to lose, or the 100 that Brady Mitchell is working on losing, but people can pledge pounds and work those pounds. They're going to create an entire site, a social media site,
You
where
can
people
put up your progress.
pledge pounds, post your own progress, and I would totally recommend that's a perfect place to go and share videos to your own Facebook people. So when people are saying, what is this thing? You can just tell them to download the app and then talk to them about it. But download this app, it's free. And as long as you know your 6-digit user ID number, do we all know how to find our 6-digit user ID number? Well, I believe so. It's 5. 1, 10, 3, it's 5. 5 digits.
It's your ID number.
It's your ID number.
You know, like when you have, so you just.
Have you got yours yet, Carol?
You just go to your back office.
And I can tell you what yours is.
You can find it in your phone.
This is 3 times now.
Search for Strongbrook, and then just give them, like, ours is
Ours
14
are limits to
what we can
Oh.
share.
Yeah.
So you have to know, I don't know what yours is.
There's no limits what you can share. I don't believe so at all. So what I think would be a good idea right now, because when I see the big men walk in the back and they stand back there, they're like these big owners. No, I'm just kidding. They're awesome. But if Stephen Miller is here, I want to stop talking. And I just want him to kind of come up and share whatever he has info-wise, but with the app and the Mentoring Network and the momentum, I just wanted to let us hear directly from a founder's mouth and point of view for Stephen Miller.
How's everyone doing? Good. Still here, I see. It's fantastic. All right. I'm trying to keep you here. That's right. So how many of you were at the event this last weekend? Most of us. Fantastic. Good event. How many of you stayed to the very end? A few less of us, okay. Let me encourage you at these events to stay to the whole event. I'll tell you, we had an unbelievable second half. You know, we started really, really strong. The Duncans, by the way, are amazing. If you haven't had a chance to meet with the Duncans or to hear from them or to learn from them, they are phenomenal in their information, what they give. And they have a very, very strong following who love them. And I learned why this weekend. I mean, this is the first this is the first event that I've been able to really participate with the Duncans. And it was unbelievable. Great, great people. Their heart is just as pure as can be, and they want to help as many people as they can. And what I'm really excited about is they see the vision of Strongbrook, and they are adding their vision to the vision of Strongbrook to get their message out to the world, which we're so excited to have them on as partners there. So that was fantastic with them. Of course, after them, we had some other amazing people on stage. We had Marcy Locke, we had Bill Walsh, we had Stephanie Davis. And then we rounded it all out with Roger Salam, which was fantastic and always is amazing. And all I can say is, if you did miss it, if you didn't get to it, you didn't miss out. At every event that we do, we are going to give an offering. We're going to offer things. We're going to offer products to our base, to everyone that's there at the event, as well as anyone else that's part of the network. This is the reason for the network, right? We talk about it, right? You are test driving your mentor so that you can find the right mentor that speaks to you the most, and then you can work with that person on a more intimate basis. And there are costs associated with that, and that's okay, right? Value for value. This is what we're talking about here. If you missed out on some of those other presentations, Roger Salam was the only other offering that was given on Saturday, aside from the Duncans. And he is doing a cruise. It will be in the Strongbrook store. That should be up hopefully today or tomorrow. And there are a number of amazing individuals that are going to be on that cruise. This is a mastermind cruise, so not just a cruise to go. This is all about making those connections, doing business, really rubbing shoulders with some high-level individuals. It's a fantastic opportunity for any of us. Strongbrook will be represented there. Roger will be there. David Fagan will be there. I don't know. There's a lot of others that are going to be there. I think Laurel Lingmeyer may be there as well. But it's just going to be fantastic. So if you want more information on that, it will be available in the Strongbrook store. So be looking for that. I'm just excited because the app is now out. My recommendation also with that is, as you see things that need to be improved, let us know. We're open. This is brand new for us, and with all the testing and everything that we did when we release it to hundreds and thousands of people, things happen, and we need to be on top of it, and we want to be, and we're working towards that. So please just communicate with us as we're moving forward with that. But we've got people from all across the world now that are jumping onto the app. People in Australia, the UK, Canada, and the other countries that we're in as well. So we're very excited for what's been happening already. Momentum is really pushing forward, and make sure that you're staying ahead of the wave. Get it out to everyone that you know as well. I'd love to take questions, if there are any, about anything that we're doing right now, the events that we're holding, or anything else. Yeah.
Is the app going to be in different languages before long?
Is the app going to be in different languages? My answer is I believe it will be. My other answer is right now we are only an English-speaking company. We are everything that you will find right now, service-wise, is only in English right now. Although we do have Spanish mentor right now. We have Alex Day, who's one of the biggest and brightest mentors in the Latin American or Latin period Hispanic community. Our services that we provide, our customer service here in the office, any of the real estate stuff that we do is only in English. So is it eventually at some point going to be available in other languages? Probably. I don't have any time frames for that as of right now.
Yes, I have a Korean friend that really wants to know it.
Yeah, no, I believe that. We all, and this is awesome feedback. We're getting a lot of individuals from a lot of other countries right now whose countries aren't open yet. There are reasons, specific reasons, and very important reasons not to prematurely go into certain areas and to say that they can have it if they want it. He had said it on the advisory board call. He said, someone from anywhere could potentially download the app and say that they live in another country and get access to the information if they want to, probably. We just don't recommend that right now because, again, we're not in a position to support any questions, comments, concerns, or anything else in that specific language or demographics. So we're asking for right now. It's amazing where we are. We just made this jump into the countries that we're in.
I know. I tried to remind them.
Let's focus on the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, Singapore, and
the military.
And Malaysia. What's that? Yes. And the military. They can say America as their country of origin. So I would just say let's focus on that right now. As these other opportunities arise, and they will, then we'll be able to really start focusing on other languages in other countries too. So, great question. Any other questions? Anything else that you guys want me to cover?
Question, but I don't know. This is kind of technical, so I don't know. Is there any way is there any way to somehow tag or separate the free IBDs from the database of the paid IBDs for like marketing purposes for me? Like, because I'm not going to say the same things to the free people as I want to say to my actual paid.
Yeah, so as for corporate, and I don't know yet about for you, but right now for corporate, we do have it on the app where we have it segmented so that we call them groups. We have just the free users, we have the paid users, and then we have the $4.99 users. So there are things that, for example, we can push out through the app to just IBDs, independent business developers, or international affiliates, and likewise, we can just push out things to just customers if we want to. So we do have that from corporate, the ability to do so. So
in the back office, it indicates free next to somebody that says free.
Well, I know.
And it indicates IBD for ones that have signed up as an IBD, even though they're free.
But you're referencing mass communication.
It's just mainly when we press the big button for everything to
for mass
download.
communication. Yeah, so great question. Definitely something we can take back to the team and discuss. Thank you. Yeah.
Steve, what are you going to be doing, or what, you mentioned that you push out information or whatever to different groups. What type of drips or touches are you going to be doing to the different people that have it?
So thank you. So the question was, what type of drips, what type of information are we giving out to people that are on the app? So first of all, hopefully to encourage them to upgrade and do things like that. And I want to be very clear. There is communication that's going to be had where we will give people opportunities to upgrade. We'll show them the ways where they can go and do it, and give them certain either videos or push notifications in text where it explains a little bit of that. But I also want to be clear. That is something that if I were you, I would not leave up to us. Meaning, people have the app. The app is a tool, but you are the greatest tool. Okay, you are. The app isn't. The app is a wonderful tool, but in network marketing and relationship marketing, you are the greatest tool. So as you have someone that's on the app and they're experiencing it, my recommendation would always be to follow up with them. You're all familiar with running the play, right? And what that means, running the play. It's in your back offices. This is what Mike Triggers has been teaching for years, and it's an amazing system, but it's all about follow-up. And the app is just a tool. It's not the end-all, be-all. It is fantastic, an amazing way to open up a lot of doors I think that were closed before. But when you give the app out to somebody, put it on your time schedule to follow up with that person. Say, hey, have you had a chance to go on? I just this morning I was on and I was listening to Les Brown, and it was fantastic. Did you have a chance to view that yet, that course? And get some feedback from them. And if they did, then say, well, how was it for you? Is this good? Do you like it? Did you know that, by the way, there's a way for you to also earn money? So there are going to be some strategic things that we are going to do as a company from corporate to incentivize individuals to sign up as well for the $99 per month. But I would always recommend that you do it as well, because you also know your people better than we do, right? And that connection don't underestimate that connection. It can be really, really powerful. Yeah.
On the featured programs, are those going to be monthly, or are they going to be out there longer than a month?
I don't know. Good question. Featured right now, they're there, and we're going to leave them there. I think our goal is actually to we'll have the one featured, but then we have a whole lot of others. So we're going to try to swap out that featured, I think, probably once a month. But that doesn't mean it's going to be taken off. But what our goal is to do what Dropbox has sort of done, which is always have a percentage of the total available for free. And so, for example, Dropbox, I'm paying them, I think it's like $100 a year for a terabyte of storage, right? Because I feel like I need that for what I'm doing. Most people can get up to, I don't know how many, a gig or two or whatever it is, for free, right? Free storage. And so there's always a percentage or 10% or whatever it is, right? That is then available for free. So I think what we're trying to do is, as we grow, to always have a certain, call it 10% or more or whatever, of the content that's going to be it'll always be available for free. We may swap, of course, out here and there, but we want to make sure that there's a lot of free in there too. Yeah.
I just want to confirm, when we share the app, it's coded
I'm blurry. Sorry. No,
You're blurry. You look great to me.
Thank you.
When we share the app, it's coded to us, correct?
Okay, correct.
So if that person that downloads it remains a free app user and If they share it, is it still coded to us?
Yeah.
It's going to them.
It's
Well, it's coded to them actually, which is coded to you.
Okay, okay.
And I'm sorry, guys, I'm not opening my hands enough, nor am I. I need to work on
Just your
this.
head, don't be doing this on your pocket, that's all.
Don't do this on my
Yeah,
pocket.
that's no big leaves.
Are you still worried?
What's that? No, I'm clear now. Yes.
So when, when they go to like mail me, Strongbrook.com, that's the same process, they're coded to you.
Correct.
Free or not.
Yeah, so you can invite people. I had someone come up to me Saturday who said, I said, God, I need to work on this. I had someone.
You're good.
I had someone. That's all right. Hey, I'm trying to improve, right? This is all about improving. I had someone come up to me on Saturday who said, I'm not really. I don't have a smartphone. I'm not good with that type of communication. What can I do to share this on my computer? And just so everyone knows, any app that you have access to, you can go online and you can find that app. You can even download it usually on your computer, not just your smartphone. So you can share the app directly from your computer to someone's email on their phone. If they have a smartphone, typically they'll get their email there too. So yeah, whether you have a phone or not, if you're just on the computer, you can definitely share all the same type of information. So, great question. Yeah.
First question. If I don't have it on my phone, I don't know how to get it there yet because I don't have the right password because the phone's a hand-me-down from a kid.
All right.
First, and I had Cindy's sister and brother-in-law were there at the event, and I think they were downloading the app.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere on there when they download it, they ask where they were referred from?
Yes.
Yeah, they
cannot download it unless they have an invite code. And that invite code is your IBD number.
Well, they didn't ask me for it.
Or they don't have access to it yet.
Well, they might have put Kirk Duncan's in or
Kirk
someone
Duncan,
else.
yeah,
gave it
because
over.
Kirk Duncan and Laurel Langmeyer, they've sent out broadcast emails to their entire list, and it has their code, and they say go here.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't understand that once you go in and download that, you're connected to those people.
Yeah.
And I don't know does corporate have a policy where, like Carl's sister-in-law didn't know that.
Sure.
Does corporate have a policy where they can call in and say, hey, I really need to be connected with my brother-in-law?
So do we have a policy? My answer my answer is no, because this is brand new. So because here's the policy is it's always the person's choice as to who they sign up.
Sure, I understand that.
So if something like this happens, we're all reasonable people, and we're trying to do the right thing for everybody. We're not trying to take advantage of anybody. Laurel Langmeyer and Duncan and anyone else, by the way, and all of you who also have lists.
Right.
If you didn't get this out to your list and they already did it to theirs, my first initial reaction is shame on you. You should have invited. I'm just saying that's my first reaction. That's not that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying you should have gotten this out to your list, hopefully right away. When things like that come up, where she said, I didn't know I was being signed up, we'll work with her, of course. So
I'll have to ask her and find out if they did.
If she is or not. So just call up support, call us up. We definitely are. We're reasonable, and we're not trying to pull one over on anybody. So if there was some confusion,
sure, I'm not.
Yeah, we'll straighten it out.
And the second question. Yeah. What's happened to real estate?
It's gone. We're not doing it anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's what it feels like.
No.
I'm serious. That's what it feels like to several of us.
Yeah. That
real estate's gone and Chris doesn't care about it anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He never talks about it anymore.
My house numbers keep going up, so I know that it's still.
So let me address this.
And it's kind of irritating to find out that we never hear anything about it. Nobody talks about it. The markets are changed and stuff like that. And it's like,
changed.
Wait a minute.
Markets aren't changed.
What happened to, this is where we first came in on this whole thing.
Yeah.
And, we're not seeing the complete vision and care that much about the app thing yet.
That's right. So is real estate still there? 100% yes. It is.
But we don't see it or hear about it.
We actually put it out in all the newsletters. You can see about real estate. We talk about real estate in every newsletter that goes out. Real estate's happening now. We have more $35,000 bonuses paying out than we've ever had before. Real estate is alive. It will always be alive. It's just not the front runner. And let me explain.
What happened to the 3 pillars? They don't even talk about the 3 pillars now.
No, and I'll tell you why. We are now a worldwide organization, correct? So for us to lead with real estate, which is for a very small portion of our company, is just not the smartest way to lead out. The mentoring network is something that we can scale because it's completely digital. We can go anywhere in the world with it and as fast as possible. So there's been you felt a transition in our language and what we've been talking about from the front of the stage, but that has no bearing on the stability or where our real estate is going. Our real estate's amazing. It's better than it's ever been. We just got word back from Bryce and his team on a lot of what's been happening in the Florida market. It's checking out to be just as strong as, the Phoenix and the Vegas were, and so
which are going away now. Seem to be.
Which happens. We predicted that 4 years ago when we first started going into it. So the reality is real estate will always be a strong part. It will always be a very strong product. Let me give you a little bit of vision of where this is actually going to fit. Our mission statement as a company is to empower personal and financial success, correct? This mission statement is what drives all of our decisions as a company. And that personal and financial success, and the reason why you're seeing the mentoring network come up as this platform is because personal and financial is all fitting inside of this mentoring network. They're not separate anymore. What you'll actually start to see is our real estate product and program will become part of the mentoring network. It will become a program available inside of the mentoring network. So just like you can go and take Les Brown's speaker course, have become a speaker boot camp, pay $2,000 for that. In the financial side of the mentoring network, you're going to be able to find, there's Strongbrook's real estate program. I can get an elite PSA or an empowerment PSA or a essentials PSA for those respective prices. Likewise, we're not taking the tools and different things down. You'll still have all those different tools that are available for you to talk about real estate. It's all still there. The site, the real estate tab on the site is also there. It talks about exactly what we do. It's just transitioning so that we can lead out to a worldwide audience rather than leading out to a very small niche audience.
I interject real quick.
Yeah, please.
So because we realize this, and I'm real estate, it's what attracted me to this whole company. And we were just planning this out. So October 8th, we just didn't announce it yet because it's a little far out. October 8th, we're doing a real estate only day-long program in Salt Lake. They'll be open to anyone to invite any guest to, including just like we did in the past, in the old day, so to speak. But with that being said, that's October 8th, but that doesn't mean Dr. Wes Brown's holding a meeting in his home for whoever he can invite to still, and is only talking about real estate. And any of us can still do that.
Hawaii does it all.
Lots of meetings.
Every single week, Hawaii still holds a typical real estate BOP.
Exactly.
And it's fantastic. And they're seeing success every single, Hawaii is one of our most solid markets right now in PSA enrollments. I would say that probably the top 3 are New York, Utah, and Hawaii. And almost every month we're having new people sign up for PSAs from Hawaii. So the lead out has changed a little bit from corporate because we have to represent a worldwide now company. However you want to lead out, if you want to continue to have real estate conversations, that will never go away and will always be support for that. Our team here still does calls and does GPRs. We still get GPRs in on a daily basis. So it's still there. You're just going to see a little bit of a different of a front runner. That makes sense? It's all still there though.
So as a newbie, when I had the choice between real estate and mentoring, I chose mentoring for my initial focus because the numbers of contacts will be much greater than real estate. And then because what I noticed in the real estate market, some people, if they don't have a strong enough self-actualization, they will fall out. But if I know that they're trained and comfortable in their core, they can reach more people, they can build their real estate market faster. And so that's why I chose mentoring first.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Yes.
So Steve, it would be helpful to have that app then on the App Store that talks about real estate, or has actually the presentation right there that my clients.
We are actually right now working on a part of the freemium. So the freemium products that are actually available, we're going to be putting our real estate course into the freemium.
That would be excellent.
Yeah.
So-
That'd be great.
Then when I send my real estate clients to that.
Correct.
to that-
There's no disconnect. Yeah. So we are working on that as we speak. Kevin Clayson is actually working on fleshing out what we need as part of that funnel process. And we will be putting a lot of our educational real estate stuff into the so, yeah. Thank you. We haven't forgotten. Okay, we haven't forgotten real estate. It is still a huge driver of our company. Okay, so this whole side of the building is all real estate.
Will there ever be a new magazine?
Probably not.
An updated?
Probably not. Just being real. Yeah, probably not. Good question. Any other questions?
I've forgotten.
We made it. Back to you.
Thanks, Steve.
And I realized he was at Kirk Duncan right over the weekend. I missed it. I was up in Idaho, so I'm not worried about all this stuff right now.
Yeah, like that.
What are you trying to hide, Gary?
I don't, my stomach, nope, that's the.
No.
Hey, when I peeled that shirt off, first thing I did was, then he's like, hey, open your arms up. I'm like, oh, crap. So, yeah, nothing to hide behind when you're naked. That's on, oh yeah, sorry about that. My mom's probably watching. Any other comments or questions regarding anything else?
I'm just wondering if any of Saturday's symposium will be, does that get put in the vault
Yeah, you see it get in the vault pretty
pretty soon?
quick. It's usually up before the next symposium. It may take a week or so, and it usually pop up 1 or 2 at a time. They don't pop them all up at the same time. And I'm sure Kirk's will be the first one up, and it'll be pretty quick.
And I was talking to Stephanie Davis, and she felt like that she was having to push her stuff. So she's actually going to re-record her event so that she can get all of the information that she wanted to cover into it. And so we're gonna even get, when they put it in there, it'll be better than what it was.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
She said that she had gone up during the rest of the afternoon and had already re-recorded part of it, so.
Oh,
She's
really?
serious about it. Yeah, and she said, please tell Strongbrook that you liked my presentation so they'll let me come back, because I kind of pushed my time a little.
She's a fun lady. I sat next to her during the convention back in April, and on stage she said, I made this slide in like 30 minutes, this presentation. And I'm like, that's bull crap, right? And then a few hours later, I'm sitting next to her and I'm watching her create an entire PowerPoint slide in like 15 minutes. And it was like she went through 100 slides, and I'm like, okay, Gary, stands corrected. She's pretty impressive. And it was her birthday yesterday.
Wow.
Did anyone hear the price point of the cruise that was there on Saturday?
It was counted, and then for your second person.
Did anyone know numbers? I don't know.
6,000 for 2 people.
And then
I have it.
3,000 for your partner, 6,000 for one.
So 6,000 for one and 3,000 for the second, so it'd be 9,000
It's
for.
even less.
No,
Down to 6.
And then he cut it.
Yeah.
It was 6,000 for both.
So it's 6,000 for two. Okay,
Or
separate
less
from
than-
his website, which is 6,000 a person.
Yeah.
Now it's 4 and 2.
So that's 4,000 and 2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I thought
one
it was
person can go for
less. I thought it
two.
was
For
3,000.
four. For four.
That's what I
One
meant to say.
person for 4,
Four
the
came out of
second
my
person for
ears.
2 more.
Two came out of my mouth, yes. I heard myself say 4 when I said 2.
$395 for a single, $190.
$39.95 for one.
$995.
$19.95 for the second business partner or spouse, I assume.
5990.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go on a cruise in December instead of
Cozumel.
November.
So,
That'll be a better cruise.
That's a question.
Yes. Here, the microphone here.
yeah.
When do you know when there will be youth content?
That's a good question. When will there be youth content?
Do you have some that you're gonna be putting in pretty quick?
That's what I said.
I think that would be great for your
Would you
mother
like
and
to
you
start
to.
it?
Just get a hold of Preston.
Mhm.
Yeah, Preston should do something.
Yeah, we should do something.
And then maybe it'll fall like it.
There is no youth content on there. I haven't heard when there will be, But there should be, because I know they do youth events. They've done one of those now.
We've done it.
So we've done a couple, but Strongbrook has sponsored one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, oh, and they did
Oh,
Little
yeah.
Big Junior, so that's a couple different ones, you're right. Well, thank you, yeah. Oh, that's a couple. So, yeah, probably. Anything else? Anyone else? Besides Carl?
Let me ask something. So if you can buy a house, like, let's say you want your children, your grandchildren to have an investment. So can you buy a house with them, or do you have to like they're part owner?
That's kind of an offline.
Yeah, there's ways that can be done.
Okay.
Someone needs to own a professional service agreement through the company, and then the person that owns that can partner with anyone they wish.
Oh, okay.
And there's ways to do it, and the company can give you direction on that, or we could offline take a whole new discussion. But yeah, it's possible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No taxes, right? Because if you die, then they just are the other owner.
There's
Well, I guess
possibilities.
what I-
Yes, there's
Yes.
yeah, there's options.
Yes.
They're really good at
And
that
see
here.
your lawyer.
Yeah. That's
See you later.
And account the kids.
Anyone else? Okay, we're officially wrapped up. It is, well, it's past 1:15, so besides you're yawning, but not snoring yet, so that's good. Thanks, everybody. You guys are awesome.
You're awesome.
Yep, yep.
Hey.